Right, let's try again. Sharpen the tool, and again, I think it's probably going to work a lot better now, so let's have a look. So what I'm doing is I'm just, again, trying to shape this back end, taper it down to these spaces here. Not extremely happy with the shape at the moment, so I think what I'm probably going to try and do is take it down so it overall looks a lot thinner than the front. I don't want it to look back heavy. Still grabbing a little bit. Sometimes turning, the best one in the world, is quite time consuming, especially on something like this. You have to just take your time. If you rush it, it's likely to ruin it. There's a tendency to want to just progress quickly as you can to get towards the finished article, especially if you're keen to be using it as a pen and see what it's like when it's finished and turned out. But it's always worth just taking your time. And again, I'm switching over hands because what I want to do is I want to try and get the best position that I can for actually getting the shape that I want. Still grabbing ever so slightly. I think this bit here obviously needs a little bit of turning down. Still a little bit of uneven wood here. And as I thought before, this needs more to be removed. I'm starting to like this shape, the difference between the back and the front, but this part here, it definitely does need taking down. I like this part here because it tapers down to the edge of the pen. I don't want to take too much off that now. Just constantly adjusting the angle of the tool so the cutting end, the cutting edge actually gets the best angle. It does slightly change as you get further away. That's starting to be a really nice shape actually. So I'm changing over again and I'm going to start to remove a little bit more of this, but just very gently. Just ever so tricky to try and get that concave shape without it grabbing. But what I'm trying to do is just get a nice sharp edge on there. And what I'm doing is I'm almost just kissing it with the tool, hardly touching it at all, not taking off much. I don't want to take that diameter down very much because I'm starting to really like that shape. But again, there's quite a few lumps and bumps that I think still need to be removed. So I'm just going to keep moving the tool across the piece of wood until I get that shape that I'm happy with. and then I'm going to stop and probably have a test. I might even take it out of the lathe and just see how it feels in my hand before continuing again. Once you start getting to this point, you need to be really careful because it's so easy to go too far. Just trying to ever so slightly taper that into a curve. Now let's have a look at that. Now the shape itself, I do like that bit that comes back out there, so it kind of scoops that way and then back up to that way. The light's not very good in here, but you should still be able to see that. I think I'm happy with that. I might have to take that down a little bit more. That is actually on the spacer there, and I do like that shape there. How comfortable it will be to hold, I'm not entirely certain. So what I'm going to do is, as I said a minute ago, I'm going to take it out of the lathe, just have a hold of it and see what it feels like. Then what I'm going to do is, literally, I'm going to start to think about leaving the tool and finishing off with a bit of glass paper.